Welcome to Pod Crawlers. I'm Eric.
And I'm Kelly.
And this is the 24th episode of this here web program. And as per the usual, we will do the usual this episode.
Wow.
I know. I worked hard on that. Great intro.
Yes.
This episode, we've got some news. Quite a bit of news.
Not as much as our last episode.
Well, last episode, that was a ginormous episode. Hope you checked it out. And if you haven't checked it out, go do so after this show, or, put this on pause and do it now, or whenever you want. It's out there. It's going to be out there for a while. But what won't be there after a while, old episodes of Pod Crawlers. We are closing in on the maximum space limit on Podshow Creator, and probably starting, I don't know what number episode, but probably by the beginning of next year, we're going to have to start taking down the older episodes.
So get them while they're hot.
Get them while they're hot, or in this case, lukewarm. I want to remind everyone, our email address is podcrawlers@gmail.com. Can also be found on MySpace. Usernames PodcrawlerE.
And PodcrawlerK.
Yes. Some surprises on each profile, but I'm not going to spoil anything. Do we have any old business?
Not that I'm aware of.
Alright. Let's get on with the news.
Sounds good.
D-War has grossed $20.3 million in its first 5 days at South Korean theaters.
Not too shabby.
Not too shabby, considering it looks like a made-for-Sci-Fi Channel movie. D-War came close to setting a new box office record in that country. It's reportedly the most costly film ever made in South Korea, with some estimates coming in at over $150 million. That's a lot of money for a made-for-sci-fi movie.
Well, I'm not thinking they're going to make it back in theater sales, but on DVD release, and then when it's released over here, I'm sure they'll make back their money.
Well, I think the whole rule of thumb, it has to make double what it costs to break even. Right. So it's going to have to make $300 million to break even. That. Yeah.
I don't think that's going to happen.
Not going to happen at all.
My personal opinion.
It's going to be released over here September 14th under the title Dragon Wars. Under that title, I think it's going to make $1 million. I mean, it just sounds so generic. And
well, maybe they'll change the title.
Maybe. We'll see.
Possibly. Please, if you're out there listening.
And other Asian-themed news, I guess. Harvey and Bob Weinstein said Wednesday.
Speaking of Asians.
Yes. They have launched a $285 million movie fund that will invest in Asian-themed projects, such as a remake of The Seven Samurai. It has also invested in The Forbidden Kingdom, the first movie featuring both Jackie Chan and Jet Li. The Asian Film Fund aims to either produce or buy the rights to 21 movie productions and 10 straight-to-video productions that will be released through its Dragon Dynasty label, which Quentin Tarantino will help manage.
All right.
Yeah, I guess that's good news. I really don't care one way or the other.
Well, I mean, I think we kind of have to wait until things start happening to make an actual decision.
Right.
But I've heard worse news. And there might be even worse news in this pod show.
There is.
Podcast.
There is. But not in this next news bite. It's coming up. More Watchmen casting news. Carla Gugino,
I think.
whatever, has joined the cast of Watchmen. She will play Sally Jupiter, a burlesque dancer turned costume heroine and sex symbol, the Silk Spectre.
Okay. I don't know about that, but alright.
Yeah, I mean, she seems like your generic actress, you know, like nothing special at all.
Yeah. Well, I guess we'll see. Time will tell.
Yeah, who knows. More Star Trek casting news. Anton Yelchin from Alpha Dog is in negotiations to play Pavel Chekhov, the Russian-born navigator of the USS Enterprise in the upcoming 11th installment in the Star Trek film franchise. I have no idea who he is.
I don't either.
I
Didn't
mean,
see Alpha Dog.
what's Walter Koenig doing now that he can't reprise his role?
I don't know.
I don't know.
They obviously are going for the real big names.
Obviously. Well, this next news bit has to do with the Star Trek movie.
Yay!
This is that bit of news that we predicted would happen. A piece of bad news. J.J. Abrams, who's directing the next Star Trek movie, would like to bring in Tom Cruise, his Mission Impossible 3 buddy, to star, or make a brief appearance as Captain Christopher Pike.
I have nothing to say there. Personally. I do have something to say.
Okay.
I don't like Tom Cruise. I never did. I never found him attractive, like some people
Me neither.
who now deny it do.
Yeah, isn't that funny? They were all about Tom Cruise, and then, you know, he
that's because he was
wacky.
normal.
Right, and now all of a sudden, yeah.
I mean, I won't lie. I like some of his movies.
I like a few.
But
I can't name them.
I'm not a Tom Cruise fan, per se.
No.
At all.
At all.
Alright.
Moving on to the small, well, to the big screen, but via the small screen, I guess you could say.
The cult Hanna-Barbera adventure series Jonny Quest is being revived as a potential movie franchise by Warner Brothers Pictures.
I was never a big fan of Jonny Quest. Like the original cartoon or I don't know if you remember the remake cartoon that aired on, was it Cartoon Network back in the early days?
Yeah.
It's just nothing that didn't appeal to me at all.
I think I always felt like it had potential, but it never quite got to as good as it could be.
Right.
Are we talking about like a live action?
That's what I think, yeah.
Because I'm not so sure about that.
Well,
I mean, not that we need a cartoon, but still.
No.
I'm not so sure live action's really going to work, Jonny Quest.
Well, why not? I mean...
Let me just say this. It's not my favorite Hanna-Barbera.
No. That would go to, I forget the name of the show. I don't even know if it's Hanna-Barbera, but the Roman Flintstones.
Yeah, no.
Remember? No? I will say this about Jonny Quest. Wasn't one of the guys in there, one of the heroes, like his name was Race or something? I always thought that was kind of cool. He was the white hair guy?
Possibly.
Possibly.
Didn't watch me a lot of Jonny Quest, honestly.
I didn't watch me a lot of Jonny Quest either, really.
Whatever.
Moving on.
We have some Nicole Kidman movie news. You know, the
star.
The new horror movie star. Apparently. Variety has confirmed that she will star in a remake of the Colombian horror film Al Final del Espectro. This movie is about a woman who moves into a creepy apartment. Ooh, there's a shocker. After a traumatic experience and begins to have visions of what appears to be a female ghost. Wow. We've never heard that plot before.
Never.
Real original, guys.
You know what we need to do? in an upcoming episode, or maybe not, because it would point out the flaws of the genre. How many movies have this same exact plot? Does it say if she has kids or anything?
It does not.
Does it say? Well, you can expect a kid, I'm sure.
Or there will be a neighbor child, I'm sure.
Who
somehow gets involved.
Yeah, like they're dead or...
Yeah. Whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
Something that I know that you are looking forward to.
Yes.
Coming soon. Sometime, eventually, I guess. Back-to-back sequels of the movie Feast.
And for those that don't know, Feast, low-budget B-movie. Basically, it's Night of the Living Dead with hungry monsters.
Something like that.
Monsters by way of Predator and Alien and the Creeper from Jeepers Creepers. I liked the original, and I thought it was ready-made for sequels at the end.
Uh-huh.
It was a fun movie. Turn your brain off and just let it go. It was a good movie. But there is a problem I have. Back-to-back sequels. One sequel, okay, see how that does. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. It might be good. It might be great like that Nicole Kidman remake, but...
Well, my thing is, I think there are other movies out there that need back-to-back sequels.
For instance...
And I'm not so sure that Feast is one of them.
For instance, I think this movie needs back-to-back sequels.
Oh, God.
Actually, wait a minute.
What?
This just in, the email trolla. We got an email from Ron from Germany. He's asking us, what movie deserves back-to-back sequels?
Wow.
Well, Ron, we're going to answer that at the end of this here broadcast, so stay tuned.
Okay. Something to think about.
Oh.
On to some special news.
You are excited about this.
I am very excited about this. There's a quote-unquote solid chance that Joss Whedon, the creator of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, among other things, will produce a 90-minute TV special featuring the character of Rupert Ripper Giles, played by Anthony Stewart Head, for the BBC. Also, Whedon is developing Cabin in the Woods, a horror movie with former Buffy writer Drew Goddard. Now, I think that Anthony Stewart Head as Giles, Ripper Giles, is probably one of the best casting decisions of the Buffy universe.
Yeah.
The Buffyverse.
And with this, I don't know if this is going to be a prequel or sequel. I hope it's a sequel, kind of. We kind of get a gist of where he came from, and his early adventures might be fun, but it's time to move forward with these characters.
See, I don't know. I'm more hoping for a prequel. Because when Ethan Rayne came into the series, he opened up a lot of questions, a lot of possibilities into some kind of kick-ass stuff that I would not mind seeing come alive. I know it wouldn't be easy to do Anthony Stewart Head,
right?
As Giles.
Ago, yeah.
Exactly. That wouldn't work so well, but I think we need a little bit more into his, origins, I guess.
I think. I agree with that point. I just want to see a sequel or maybe even a series, but have nothing to do with Buffy or whatever. Just because I like Giles the character.
Oh, I do too, a lot.
He evolved from, I don't want to say a bumbling watcher, but he evolved into a pretty kick-ass, standalone, take no nonsense kind of guy.
Exactly. I love the way that his character evolved over the course of the entire series. And I think that even though in the context of the show, they did pretty much as they could have done with him.
Right.
I think there's still more to tell. Either, a prequel type thing, or even, like you were saying, a sequel.
Right.
There's still more of the story.
Or maybe it'll be both a prequel and a sequel, a la Godfather Part 2,
Possibly.
Possibly.
Speaking of movies, they show too much. Actually, you know what? I'm not looking forward to this Cabin in the Woods.
Yeah.
Okay? Because, you know what? Cabin fever. Any movie that has taken place in the last 50 years having to do with the woods is going to be this movie.
Right.
Okay?
I agree.
How are we going to make this better? We're not. So just give up, Joss. Trust me.
Joss, just bring us Ripper, the series. Focus.
And then you can consider doing a James Marsters series or movie for me, personally.
Moving on to some other sort of casting news.
This is actually another thing that is kind of close to my heart.
And mine too. No, I'm lying.
TV Guide's Michael Asiello has posted a rumor that the producers of ABC's Lost are considering Veronica Mars star Kristen Bell for the new role of Charlotte, a hot 20-something who is said to be precocious, loquacious, and funny.
Bubbly and obnoxious.
Now, we don't watch Lost.
No, we have the first season collecting dust underneath the DVD player.
I think it's not something that we don't want to get into. It's just we haven't done it so far.
Right.
Kristen Bell is not my favorite actress.
Shh, no.
I don't think she's the best actress ever.
No.
But I have to admit that after watching Veronica Mars, which I had not watched up to about 2 months ago, I love that show.
I know.
I completely fell in love with that show. And so this kind of, I guess, makes me a little happy.
That she has work.
After
her show was
and also Jason Dohring, who probably was my favorite character on Veronica Mars.
He played the angel role.
He played Logan, thanks.
All right.
Will be in Moonlight.
If that ever comes out.
Which is going to be a new series in the fall,
About
supposedly.
Vampires
About vampires, which, if you've read my MySpace page, you know that vampires get me hot, so it's perfect. Anyway.
Anywho.
Moving on to some more interesting movies.
No, not really. The first movie is one I saw and you didn't.
Oh, darn.
Savage Weekend. A small group of city folk go to the country for a nice weekend. Their plans take a turn when a masked killer, who has a Halloween mask, no less, like a real Halloween mask, not like a pantyhose thingy over his head or something.
Okay.
A masked killer stalks and kills them one by one, because doing it 2 by 2 would be too difficult. This is 70s drive-in horror with a mystery tilt. Although the mystery of the killer's identity is really no mystery to anyone with 1 IQ point, the possible suspects are not just random people, they are logical suspects. But again, it's easy to figure out who the killer really is. You know, whereas some movies, it's like the killer comes out of left field, or the suspects, are just random people.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
Okay.
In this movie.
Sounds good.
No, not really.
No.
The acting, script, and direction is on par with other 70s drive-in fare. It's nothing spectacular. It's actually a kind of slow movie, but once it picks up, it's fairly better a little. There's plenty of nudity, and it's all presented matter-of-factly. It seems stupid, but inoffensive, which basically describes this movie. It's kind of like a template for movies of its type. Mm-hmm. With setting up the characters, the setting, and then just killing them off, and then having the reveal and the final battle, I guess.
Yeah, it's not a new idea.
No, not at all. But it's nothing remarkable. If it's in a collection, sure, watch it, no problem. But this is one that I would not seek out.
Wow, so that's definitely not a recommendation.
Well, it's not a recommendation, but it's not a recommendation to avoid. Moving on to a movie that
had promise and then crashed and burned.
Yes.
The Return. This is Sarah Michelle Gellar's return. It's the plot.
Yes, the plot.
A woman played literally by Buffy, not Sarah Michelle Gellar. It was Buffy.
Let's just talk about that now, real quick. Parts of Buffy.
Yes.
Not the whole assertive Buffy.
I would say season 6 after you were brought back from the dead Buffy.
Right. Not to spoil anything. Oops, my bad.
Oh, come on.
No. Anyway, I'm sorry.
Is having visions and experiencing some creepy activity, like blacking out and waking up in a field and finding herself in a bar she's never been to. So she sets out to find the truth, which stems from a car accident she and her father were in when she was just 10 years old. I was really into this movie at the beginning.
Yeah.
I mean, not to say it was the best movie ever.
No.
But there was definite promise there. It was interesting. I was wondering, what are they going to do? They could take it this way, or this way. How are they going to pull this through?
Right.
Well, yeah. Execution? Not so much.
I don't know at what point the movie just fell apart for me. It might have been when this guy that she works with follows her to the town and, I don't know, I guess, hits on her again. At that point, I think we were like, well, how the hell did he know where she was at? Because this wasn't in her schedule, her work schedule, because she travels around, I don't know, getting contracts for something.
Yeah.
I think at that point I was like, okay, so this movie's going to be like that, just
a bunch of coincidences.
Yeah.
Well,
and it sort of is.
I think what they were going for with that, at least, was that he did follow her, but how she got to where she got to, it was not just a straight shot.
Right.
Something happened on the way to this town where if he had been following her really, it wouldn't have meshed well together. It wouldn't have made sense.
Right.
So, yeah, there's a bit of a gap.
This movie really did try to be decent, but it really just failed. The story was okay, the whole reason for the visions and whatever. Okay, I can deal with that. It just seemed like there was just too much supernatural hoodoo in it, like, okay, come on now. I'm okay with the ghost aspect, but isn't that taking it not too far, but too much? The movie was short. It was a little under an hour and a half, I think.
But it didn't feel like it.
It felt like 2 hours. It was just dragging.
I think Sarah Michelle Gellar as the title character was vastly out of place.
She was supposed to be playing a Texan. Sarah Michelle Gellar. I don't know where she's from, really.
Probably Texas.
Who knows? But I did not buy her for one instance as a Texan.
Well, everybody around her had accents.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, I know she'd been away for a while.
But didn't she move, like, to Oklahoma, like, only a state away or something?
Another place that would have accents.
Yeah.
There was just nothing there. And I'm sorry, but I don't think she looks like she would fit in as a Texan.
No.
My whole family's from Texas. Well, not my whole family, but my dad's side of my family is from Texas. So, no.
No. And the acting is bad all around. I think Sam Shepard, who plays her dad, gives the best performance, but it's, from him, this is a standard performance.
The funny thing, though, about Sam Shepard is that they have tons of flashbacks when she was 10 years old, and somehow he has not aged in these 15 years since the accident.
Right.
All right? I'm sorry. Putting a little gray splotch by your sideburns, that's not aging. Hello?
Definitely not a recommendation.
I mean, I would keep the beginning, but then fix the rest of what's wrong. Not to spoil anything, because this really won't spoil it, but I guess it will in a roundabout way.
I thought the direction they were going to go that I was dreading was that she gets in an accident, she winds up dead, but winds up on this farm or whatever, this small town, and there's some kind of mystery or something, and in the end you find out she's dead. You know, that's the big twist or whatever. Sort of like a Carnival of Souls type deal.
Right. And when I first saw it advertised for the movie theater, I think we both talked about that's what it looked like. Oh, she's probably already dead.
Right. But she's not. You wish she was. There's one thing I want to bring up before we move on, if you want to move on.
Well, I was just going to say myself real fast that I hate it when they introduce new characters that are important to the story when the movie's already 2/3 of the way over.
Yeah.
And I'm not, I'm not spoiling it, but I mean, come on. Oh, by the way.
Yeah. And it just so happens that this person is that person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, what were you going to say?
I was going to bring up a question. Well, not really a question, but this movie makes me believe that it's always gray in Texas. Maybe that's...
I'd say probably more brown because of all the desert sand that gets
it just seemed always gray. Even when there were no clouds.
That was the eerie atmosphere of the movie. That was the artsy directing and
keep going.
I don't know. I'm grasping.
Yeah. The Return, not a recommendation.
No.
Bad and boring.
Yeah. But we both did think that it probably would have been better if it had been an Asian movie.
Yeah. If everything was the same but just Asian.
Exactly.
It would have been better. I would have liked it more. I don't know why, yeah. I mean, obviously it couldn't take place in Texas. Or maybe it could.
Which is a plus to begin with.
Moving on to a movie that I saw and you didn't.
Yeah, and based on this title, I'm glad I didn't see.
Jive Turkey is the name of the movie.
Oh, God.
It's also known as Baby Needs a New Pair of Shoes.
I like that title better.
Me too.
Baby needs a new pair of shoes.
Yeah. It's based on a true story. Yeah, right.
Yes. I love those.
And as we will soon find out, it's set during 1956.
Okay.
Basically, it's about a black gangster in 1956 who's trying to survive while being targeted by Italian gangsters for some vague reason. All of this takes place in 1956. I have
a question.
Yes.
Does it take place in 1956?
Yes, it does. Added to the mix is his transvestite assassin,
Oh, yes.
A rat and his gang who's working for the Italians. Political corruption, the sort of thing a black gangster does not need in 1956. Now, this sounds like a great movie, right? I mean, you got your transvestite assassin. What movie would not be good with a transvestite assassin?
I can name a few.
I can name one. Jive Turkey. It's boring. It's dull. It's set in 1956. Characters just go from scene to scene with no point. There really isn't a plot.
I can't hear you say 1956 again.
The acting is all right for a movie of this type, but it just
made in 1956.
No, if it was made in 1956, it would be revolutionary. I'm sure.
Oh God.
Yeah. There's gore in it, like some serious gore, but it's tacky that it's laughable. I mean, it's just like, God. Yeah.
Most gore of that kind is.
Yeah, but in this one, it's just like, in this kind of movie, this gangster movie that's set in 1956, it just seems out of place. Like, if it was like a zombie movie or a cannibal movie set in 1956, hey, no problem, right? But it's a black Godfather movie,
Yeah.
Now, I know the director and producer, whoever, tried to get across that the movie takes place in 1956. But everything, from the cars in the streets, to the hairdos, to the wardrobe, to the dialogue, suggests otherwise.
Really?
If you're going to make a low-budget movie and want to set it in another time era, don't. It's hard. Seriously. Very hard. Don't do it.
So, how did you know that it was set in 1956? Was there a big poster saying 1956?
If I remember correctly, there's a town, not a town council, but there was a meeting with the mayor, the police commissioner, higher ups. And they said several times, if we want to make 1956 our year, we'll do this and blah, blah. But they kept saying it. And I think there was a poster or something that had 1956 on it after this or before it. It was just like, come on. Just because you say it's 1956 doesn't mean it really is. And obviously in this movie, it's not.
Oh, gosh.
So Jive Turkey is a turkey. All right.
I think we're ready to answer Ron's question.
Ron from Germany.
Yeah. Wow.
Did not pull that out of my butt at all.
Thanks for contacting us from so far away there, Ron.
Yeah, no, I mean, I bet it took a day for that email to get here.
Sure.
What movie deserves back-to-back sequels? Maybe we should explore what movie doesn't.
Well, that would take up about an hour.
Sure. Well, let's just take a quick look. You have the Matrix movies.
Yeah, no.
Well, initially, on paper, yes. But the actual execution and what we got really sucked.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm going to go Matrix, we need it. Pirates, we didn't need back-to-back sequels. I think that could have been a 2-movie thing. So I guess what I'm trying to look for is a movie where the story is so epic that it needs 2 more movies to complete it.
Well, I don't know about 2 more movies, but one movie does come to mind that I would like to see what they would do with the sequel.
Mm-hmm.
And that would be V for Vendetta. I'm just curious if they would go the route of following Evie, or if they would go the route of trying to come up with another symbol like V.
Or maybe
if they made a sequel or a prequel, if they would do that. I would be kind of just interested. Because I really liked V for Vendetta as it was.
Right.
And I would hope that with the same kind of cast and crew that maybe they could make another movie. Possibly. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just a thought.
No. I can see that. My choice, and I'm just going to say probably the first thing that comes to mind, so it's probably going to be totally off base, as is everything else I say.
Uh-huh.
Oh, the hell with it. Night Watch.
Okay,
maybe they are doing that anyway.
It does not also include the fact that they've already made 2 other movies.
Oh, okay.
Those do not count. Because honestly, when the question was first brought up, I was thinking the same thing.
Really? But
they've already made them. So.
Okay, that's cheating then.
Yes.
I'm going to say... And I know it already has a sequel, but I think it needs 2 more sequels back to back. The Locker.
Okay.
I mean,
I could see that.
It seemed like the first 2 were made back to back or even at the same time.
Yeah.
The second one was left open. I wonder why there's not a sequel. But I can see them doing 2 more movies.
I would definitely agree with that. Maybe possibly even The Eye.
So there'd be I3, I4? Or just disregard the second one maybe? Or
yeah, probably disregard the second one.
That's interesting. With the same characters?
Well, we're not making it. Right. I'm just throwing out an idea there. I don't know.
It's hard to say, you know. I mean, what standalone movie is so epic it needs 2 more movies? That's a tough one, Ron. But Kelly says
V for Vendetta, possibly for a sequel, not necessarily back to back.
And I say for back to back, The Locker. Locker 3, Locker 4. It's the only thing I can think of. I mean, the story isn't epic in The Locker, but there's a lot there that
could have been.
Yeah. Hasn't been told. I mean, I would touch on the Ringu and Ring movies, but those have sequels already, and
they're sequel to death.
Yeah, but The Locker.
Oh, excuse me.
Anywho, that's our answers. If you got an email question you want to shoot on over to us, do so via podcrawlers@gmail.com.
I just thought of something.
What?
I wouldn't mind having back-to-back sequels to Howl's Moving Castle.
Ooh. I know there's a sequel to the book.
Well.
I didn't even think about anime.
I know. It just popped into my head, actually.
There could be back-to-back sequels to Princess Mononoke.
True.
That'd be interesting.
Elizabeth asked me about Princess Mononoke. Right. I told her to definitely get it. Anyway.
Yeah. Okay. We would like to edit our previous answers.
Okay.
Kelly's pick for back-to-back sequels.
Howl's Moving Castle.
Mine is Princess Mononoke. Wow, that's a good one with Howl's. I mean, with Princess, they could even take it, make it really epic. Like, the second one could take place, so many years after the first one, and the third one, it could even take place during modern day. Like, she's a descendant of...
Yeah. Well, the thing with Howl's Moving Castle is I think it was so good that I want to see more. And that's why I have that feeling of wanting to have back-to-back sequels. Because I don't want that just to be it. Now, maybe that would ruin it.
Well,
quite possibly it would. But
take a look at the Godfather movies. I mean, I know they're not back-to-back sequels.
Do I have to?
Okay, maybe not.
Go ahead.
Well, like the first movie, you have a sequel that lived up and exceeded expectations. And then, despite the time gap, the third one comes out. which is basically just an extension of the story. I mean, it doesn't add anything new. And that almost killed, the first two. It tainted it.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
No, it reminds me of Back to the Future.
Back to the Future. I think that might be, if I remember correctly, maybe the first movie to have back-to-back sequels. Because I remember the second one came out, and then right after it was the third one. At the time, I was shocked that had happened.
I still remember where I was when I saw Back to the Future 3. I went to the movie theater in Indiana with my uncle. Good times. Good times.
I don't think I saw any Back to the Future movie in the theater.
I may have seen 2, but I know I saw 3.
I don't think I did. I missed out, I guess. I don't know what I missed out on.
Let's see. When the first one came out, I was how old?
Oh,
4.
4. Youngin'. Anywho. Next episode is the 25th episode. The silver episode.
Yes.
I don't know what special thing we're going to do. Maybe we'll take a look at upcoming horror movies.
Okay.
For the next, 6 months or whatever.
Well, we could do just an upcoming episode in general, like upcoming movies, upcoming anime, upcoming whatever.
Whatever.
Possibly.
Also coming soon, Phantasm.
Yes. Looking forward to that episode.
We will talk about all 4 movies and what the 5th and final movie could possibly be about.
Mm-hmm.
And also, we will talk about Star Wars. Because if you think about it, it's nothing but a B movie. Basically.
The original trilogy.
The original, not the Hayden Christensen, Natalie Portman bitch fest.
Yeah.
But until then, I'm Eric.
And I'm Kelly.
And this has been Pod Crawlers.